Hi, my name is Ritik, and I'm a rising senior at Lynbrook High School. And my intensive project is called a smart shoe. So how many of you guys have ever gone running before? Raise your hands. Cool. Lots of people. So I used to run a lot, and I still try to run. But one problem is I always get distracted. I'm always looking at my phone, trying to find Pokemon Go, and I'm always getting notifications. So one way I thought was just get rid of the phone completely. I want to go for a run without having to bring my phone. So that's why I added a bunch of features to the shoe, such as GPS, heart rate, and many other features I'll be talking about. Another reason why I did this project was because I wanted to create something really new and exciting, which I don't think many people have created before. So going more into what I created and the components, so the first thing I want to talk about is the pulse sensor. So this is the heart rate monitor, and basically it outputs 20 values onto your phone if you simply type in BPM on the serial monitor, which is also shown here. Another component which is really, really important to my project is the LilyPad Arduino, which is right here. So this is ideally the brain of the entire operation. It processes all the data and it outputs onto my phone. The next component I want to talk about is the breakout board. So a lot of people, again, as I mentioned before, I didn't want to bring the phone. So all the data that I process also gets stored into this little micro SD card, which I can go to my laptop, plug it in, I can see all the data in a text file shown right here. The next component I want to talk about is actually my favorite, the GPS module. The amount of things that this could do it just blew my mind. So it can find the speed, altitude, time, and it can even navigate you to a location. So for example, let's say I wanted to run to Paris. So all I have to do is write nav, and then I would write the latitude and longitude. So Paris would be about 48 by 2. So then what will happen, it'll show you the distance to your location, the direction, your current direction, and your current location, which is right now, latitude and longitude, 37 by about negative 122. And also you can, it was not really shown, but this motor is vibrating right here. And we're about a few thousand miles away. So this is definitely a really cool project for me, and there were a lot of challenges and which I struggled a lot with. One of the biggest ones for me was sewing. I have a few scars to prove it. So it was definitely really hard for me to learn to sew. It's my first time, and starting with a shoe was not very smart. So that was definitely hard for me, and in general, knowing where to put the different components was also a challenge because there's not much space, as you can probably tell, and I used it completely. And the other challenge for me was definitely coding. This is my first time using something which wasn't Java, and definitely stepped outside of my comfort zone and spent a lot of hours trying to learn the different libraries. But it was a lot of fun, and something which I definitely hope to continue doing. So looking back, this was an amazing project for me. I'm used to doing more innovation, coming up with business plans. So it was the first time that I was actually able to create something tangible. I could touch it, I could show it to people, and it actually works. So this is definitely an amazing experience for me, and I really appreciate all the help from all the teachers. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Who was your first beta tester?
Myself.
Who was your other beta tester?
No one yet.
I think Eric's interesting.
Yeah, Eric.
I talked to somebody and they've run in it.
My mom did. Yeah.
So I have a running watch, so why would this be better than using something like a running watch?
So one thing is that the watches are a lot more expensive. Shoes nowadays are about $80 to $100, and adding these components weren't that much extra in terms of money. So that's why I thought having a shoe was a lot more convenient, and also in terms of accessory-wise, again, it's less distractions. There's no screen on this too, which is nice. Yeah.
I see a lot of wires there. Is there an alternate solution to that? Something that could go in?
Yeah. So a future modification I was thinking about was actually adding something more like a clip on top of this flap right here, which would have all the wires contained. So I think that was one thing which a lot of people were asking me about, was that would this work for any shoe or just for your shoe? So that was definitely something I would like to work on in the future, just something which applies to all shoes, you can just clip it on. So definitely less wires. Yeah.
What made you choose that shoe in particular?
So after a lot of online choosing and rejection from Eric, I had to find a shoe which had, I guess, a mesh which I could sew onto. And I was also looking for a running shoe because even though it was more expensive, I really wanted to get, I wanted to prototype with something which I would actually use for running rather than something which I wouldn't even think about using. Yeah. Any other questions? Okay. Thank you.